Cristiano Ronaldo spent 20 years proving one thing: that a human being could beat almost anything through sheer will. Poverty, pressure, critics, defeat, everything fell. Until he faced something no training session could defeat: time. Every legend has an origin. Cristiano Ronaldo's began here. Madeira, a small island where big dreams often felt impossible. Long before the trophies, he was just a boy chasing a ball. At just 12 years old, he left everything behind: his family, his friends, his home. Lisbon wasn't welcoming. The other boys mocked his accent. They laughed at the kid from Madeira, but they had no idea who they were laughing at. When training ended, Ronaldo stayed. Not because anyone asked him to, because being good was never enough. Then everything changed. Sir Alex Ferguson saw something the rest of the world hadn't: potential. Years of sacrifice led to this moment. The first Ballon d'Or. For most players, this would have been the dream. For Cristiano Ronaldo, it was only the beginning. He didn't want to become one of football's greatest players. He wanted to become the greatest. From this moment on, every season became another step toward immortality. What followed was one of the greatest peaks in football history. Cristiano Ronaldo wasn't just winning, he was changing what greatness looked like. Then came Madrid. More than 80,000 fans filled the Bernabeu to welcome football's next superstar. Season after season, he became unstoppable power, speed, precision. Goals that felt impossible became routine. Champions League nights became his stage, again and again and again. When the pressure was highest, Ronaldo was at his best. 5 Ballon d'Ors, 5 Champions Leagues. Records that once seemed untouchable, like were falling one after another. And then, Portugal. Even injured, he refused to stop leading. The dream of an entire nation was finally complete. At the summit of football, Cristiano Ronaldo had everything, or so it seemed. But no reign lasts forever. At Juventus, the goals never stopped. The biggest nights did. Then came the homecoming. Old Trafford welcomed his king back. It felt like the perfect story, until reality arrived. Manchester United were no longer the club he had left. One player couldn't fix everything. A new manager, a different vision. For the first time in years, Cristiano Ronaldo wasn't untouchable. The image felt impossible. Cristiano Ronaldo, watching, waiting, powerless. Then came the World Cup, the tournament he had dreamed about his entire life. But even there, his role had changed. 90 minutes, 1 goal, 1 final chance, gone. The cameras captured everything: the silence, the heartbreak, the end of a dream that would never return. While Ronaldo's story reached its darkest chapter, his greatest rival was writing the perfect ending. For the first time in his career, Cristiano Ronaldo couldn't outwork the narrative. Just days after the World Cup, Ronaldo made a decision that shocked football. He finally spoke. Every headline, every frustration, every disagreement, was suddenly public. The club where he became a superstar was now part of his past. No farewell, no final match, just an ending. Then came the move. Not to Europe, not to America, but to Saudi Arabia. The reaction was immediate. They called it retirement, a payday, the end of an era. To millions of people, the verdict was already written. The king had fallen. The story was over, but they forgot one thing. Cristiano Ronaldo had spent his entire life proving people wrong. The football world thought this was the end. Cristiano Ronaldo saw it as another beginning. Everywhere he went, the game followed. The crowds were still there. The belief never disappeared. But the real story was never inside the stadium. It was here. Long before anyone else arrived, while the world debated his legacy, he kept doing what he had always done. Working for 20 years, every problem had one solution: train harder, work longer, improve. That mindset built one of the greatest careers in sporting history. It defeated defenders, it broke records, it inspired millions. Recovery became part of the training. Every meal, every hour of sleep, every decision was made with one goal: stay ready. The goals kept coming because scoring was never just about winning. It was how Ronaldo answered every doubt. Even in his late 30s, he continued leading his country, still chasing, still believing. But this time, the opponent wasn't another footballer. It wasn't another trophy. It wasn't even Lionel Messi. It was the one opponent no athlete has ever defeated. Time. Whatever happens next, Cristiano Ronaldo's place in football history is already secure. Because some careers are measured in trophies. Others change the sport forever. 5 Ballon d'Ors, 5 Champions Leagues, a European Championship, hundreds of goals, countless records. Numbers that defined an era, but numbers alone don't explain Cristiano Ronaldo. His greatest achievement was making millions believe that greatness could be earned. From the streets of Madeira to playgrounds across the world, an entire generation copied his celebration, his work ethic, and his belief that impossible was only temporary. Long after the goals are forgotten, and long after the records are broken, one thing will remain. Not the trophies, not the debates, the mentality. And perhaps that was Cristiano Ronaldo's greatest victory all along. For over 20 years, Cristiano Ronaldo measured his life one way: win or lose, first or second. But time comes for everyone. Maybe that's why he's still playing. Because as long as the game continues, his story isn't over.